have 78 minutes.
Oh,
we
no.
should really get going.
Oh no, that's frightening. It looks like it's scary. It looks like we have to rush to do stuff.
Well, yeah. We sure do.
I hope it has a good ending.
What are we doing waiting here? Let's go.
I don't know. We should be doing stuff probably. It's so nice to meet you, and congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you.
And you won last year.
Thank you very much.
I apologize about Amanda. We couldn't keep her away from you, but she's...
Yeah, Amanda and I originally met over our shared love of rope in camp. No, actually, Amanda and I have a lot of friends in common, and we've known each other for quite some time.
She's great.
She is wonderful and funny and cool, and I'm sure a good wife and mom.
Yeah, she is. She's a great wife and mom. And you're a good boyfriend.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. All right, so let's talk about Mad Men. Congratulations. A huge success. Tell people if they don't know what it's about.
The show takes place in the early 1960s in Manhattan in the advertising industry. And my character plays a creative director of an advertising firm that is maybe not all he says he is. So we find out over the course of a few seasons that he's maybe not the most trustworthy person, and yet he's selling you things that he thinks you need. So there's a lot going on there.
And it's mandatory to drink and smoke. It's like there's so much smoking going on. Do you smoke in real life?
I don't smoke in real life.
You don't?
But there is an awful lot of smoking on the show.
A lot. Now, what are y'all smoking? Does anyone smoke real cigarettes?
No, you can't, actually. You're not allowed to in Los Angeles. That's sort of looked down upon by the police. But the things that we smoke on the show are these sort of fake cigarettes that don't have nicotine or tar or anything in them, so they're non-addictive. And yet you're still burning something and deeply inhaling it. So it's probably not the best thing for you.
Had you smoked, I mean, because that must be hard to get used to. If it's part of your character to act like it's something you really love doing, that must hurt breathing in fire.
Well, I used to, well, you try not to breathe in the fire. That's step one.
It's hot smoke.
Everybody, I think, tried smoking once to look cool in high school or college or something like that. So I had some experience with that, but it had been a long time. When I was teaching school, I quit smoking because I was telling kids that you guys should take care of yourselves and be responsible, and I'll be right back because I have to have 5 cigarettes in between classes.
Yeah,
so
right.
I'll be right back to you guys. It didn't seem like the coolest thing to do, so I quit.
But it would be hard to do that, I think. But anyway, I'm just obsessed with that because I see people when they're smoking, when they don't really smoke, and I see them in movies, and I think that would be so hard to have to do that.
Well,
and you do it
it's like riding a
day.
bike. I think you rarely forget it. So
yeah. So maybe you should just start smoking again. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Or do a lot more bike riding.
Yeah,
I don't know, one of the two.
So how did you get into this business? You're from, where are you from?
St. Louis, Missouri, actually.
And what made you get into acting?
I don't really know. I just sort of kept circling around it, and I did it in high school and very, very young in grade school. I was picked to be in a play when I was in first grade.
What play?
That would be Winnie the Pooh.
Many people start off. Yeah.
I was Winnie the Pooh. I was picked.
Oh, you were the star.
Yes, I was.
Wow.
But I was 5. My mom sewed the costume. There was a pillow involved. And yeah, there's a videotape of it that I think is in a locked vault somewhere.
Oh, I wish we had it. I really wish we had it. But see, there you go. You have a child, and they're Winnie the Pooh. They're actually Winnie the Pooh in the school play, and you never know. They turn out to be your People magazine's in one of sexiest men alive. There you are in.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. That's right. Is that right?
That is. Yeah, that's the first step is always Winnie the Pooh, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get there without some serious Winnie referencing.
Exactly, and you're on the cover of GQ, and you're blowing up, and I'm so happy for you, and you're funny and smart, and congratulations for all of it.
Thank you very much.
All right, good luck to you this year.
Thank you.
Well, you look handsome.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
I'm well, thanks.
I just learned something just now about you that I did not know.
That's probably the most terrifying introduction to something said on television that anyone can say.
Well,
what's that?
I wish it was more controversial, but your first acting job was on Ally McBeal.
That is true.
Was that when my wife was on?
I believe it was.
Yeah. Do you remember meeting Portia?
I think we met in passing.
Okay.
Yeah, oh man, that hair. I think Rob Lowe said once that being a successful actor is nothing more than watching yourself have a series of bad haircuts.
Right. Well, in the 80s especially.
I didn't have a name on that show. My character didn't have a name, but I was cast as a handsome guy at bar.
Wow. Well, that's flattering.
I guess.
That you're a handsome guy at bar. So did you have a speaking part?
I certainly did not.
No.
No. I was to stand there and be looked at.
Handsome guy. Oh, gorgeous guy.
Gorgeous guy. Sorry, I was downplaying.
Yeah, you're being humble. It's gorgeous guy at bar. Gorgeous guy at bar.
GGAB.
Yep. And now you're a gorgeous guy sitting here on a talk show with a big career.
Well.
Yeah.
That's everything starts with one step, and that was the first one.
That was a good first step. What did you do after that? Do you remember?
After I left set?
Yes. Yeah. You went home.
Waited for 2 weeks to get my paycheck for no dollars.
Right.
No, I
Did
took
you
it
get
in
another
stride.
job?
I did. I eventually got a job, and I eventually got to talk in front of a camera, and then eventually got to talk more and in repeated episodes. So it was moving from St. Louis to LA is jumping into a very deep, very scary pool.
Yes.
And it's difficult, but it's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
When you're that age, it's fun.
But it's so weird when you think back on like auditioning, and it really was how many gorgeous guys showed up to be gorgeous guy at the bar.
I was literally picked out of a line of people.
Yeah.
Where the guy was walking down the line and was like, you.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I certainly feel special.
Yes. No talent whatsoever.
No,
Just you.
Nothing there at all other than be seventh.
You were seventh in line.
Yep.
No, but it really is when you think back about all those auditions that you do and that you're just sitting in a room with people that look similar to you.
Kind of like you.
Yeah.
And have way more credits.
Right, right.
And way more sort of something, or not. Or that's the thing. That's the weirdest thing about acting is you can do everything right and still not get the job.
Yep.
You can do everything. I did the best I could. I really tried. I really put all my effort into it, and they were like, no thanks.
Yeah, I know. I think about people on Broadway that sing and dance and act and do all these things, and then you have somebody like, just that gets lucky and gets on a TV show that runs forever,
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And then we have
I will take that as a
somebody like you. That's
somebody like you.
That's not what I meant. You know what I mean. What are you doing this summer? Do you have vacation plans?
I have been working this whole first half of the year. Well, it's first half of the year. I was working kind of nonstop, and so I finally the last couple of weeks was like, okay, we need to kind of take a break. So I'm gonna go. My friend suggested a very adventurous idea that I was a little skeptical about, but eventually was like, all right, let's do it. We're going whitewater rafting, which I've never done, and I hope I survive.
Where?
Somewhere in Oregon, where they have steep rivers and white water.
You've never done it before?
No.
How many people in the boat?
I don't know. Me, my friend, and I'm hoping a guide.
A guide, yes.
Or more people, because
really
I don't want to be the
dangerous.
only person battling.
Yeah.
I think that sounds like a terrible idea.
No, it's really dangerous.
Well, it can be, but it's fun, and it's exhilarating, and you're outdoors, and I've never been to Oregon, and it seems like a fun thing to do, which is usually, again, what people say until they get a major injury.
Right. But now, will you rehearse the raft?
I don't think we have rafting rehearsals.
No.
No, we're kind of going in
You're
cold.
just going to get
We're
in a
just gonna
raft
jump in
and go down a river.
I'm sure there will be sort of a tutorial of sorts where they're like, if this happens, maybe do this.
Right.
And I'm really hoping there's a life jacket involved.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, I think it's just kind of paddle and don't fall out.
And then, well, you don't have to paddle because it's rapids. You just go down. You have to
I
steer.
think that stabilizes you in some way.
Yeah. And are you gonna camp? Are you in a tent?
There's a whole it's like a 3-day deal. We're doing it up. There's a camping element. I believe there's a mountain biking element. I don't know why. This does not sound like a vacation.
No.
Which is what it was meant to sound like. This sounds like work.
Where do the bikes come from? You're gonna bring them on the raft?
I think other people are in charge of those.
Okay.
Yeah, I think those come on a van.
Have you ever camped before?
Yes.
Okay, so you have been camping.
Yes.
And you like that?
I like it, yeah. I mean, I grew up in Missouri, that was kind of a thing. It was, first of all, it's relatively free. You just need to find someone with a tent and some matches. Not to light the tent on fire.
No,
to hopefully
no.
start a fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I spend a lot of time outdoors, and I really like it. It's part of why I love moving to LA, because being outside is such a nice part of living here.
Yeah. Well, that sounds fun. When are you doing this? And soon, or?
Soon, yeah. So keep your eyes and ears peeled toward the news.
Yeah.
And see if anything horrible happens.
See if anything happens to you. And you also were, you taught preschool for a short time. This is before
When I
you
was in
moved
college, I had a very weird kind of existence in college, because most of my friends were like waiters or bartenders or stuff, but I was in the theater program, so I had rehearsals every night. So I couldn't work at night, and I had class during the day, so I had a weird kind of middle of the day opening for which to work. Mm-hmm. And I grew up with a single mom, and I was always in daycare, after school programs, all that kind of stuff. And there were never any guys. It was a pretty much female-dominated profession. And so I went to the woman who ran this place. It was called Kids Depot. It had a little red train out in front of it in Columbia, Missouri. And I told her that, and I said, you know, it's nice to have a guy around. It might be nice for your kids. And I had long hair, and I was an acting student, and she was like, this is going to be a terrible decision, but I'm going to hire you. And I ended up working there for 3 years.
As a preschool teacher?
As a daycare teacher, basically.
Wow.
So I was essentially like a human jungle gym, basically. Like because I'm a giant to a 5-year-old.
Sure, you're a giant to me.
And you know, then I had to like do art projects and cooking stuff, and
that's sweet.
It was really fun, and it was also kind of like being around kids is so energizing.
Yeah.
So like coming from
or
class
draining.
and one of the two.
Yeah.
But I found it energizing. I found a lot of things energizing when I was in my 20s that I now find completely draining. But the idea was that, you know, you're getting as much as you're giving out, and coming from somebody like me who had such a history with being in programs like this, it was like it felt fun to kind of give back in some way.
That's so sweet. I love that you did that. It is. All right, we're going to talk to Jon about this movie when we come back. We'll be right back. We're back with Jon Hamm. That's this new movie, Tag. All right. So Tag is, you were here not too long ago talking about it with the whole cast. Tag it's based on a real thing that happened.
A true series of events, basically. A real group of real adults with real jobs take 1 month out of the year and play tag and try to tag one another for no money, for seriously just the pride in not being the last one tagged. And again, these are adults with jobs that they leave to go find their friends and tag them. It's a little bit of a bigger group of guys, the real guys, who we've met now, and they're fascinating. And what it has kind of shown us, and what the movie is the larger theme of the movie is that it's such a great way to like maintain friendship with people who you think are important in your life, and also kind of have fun and like stay loose and, you know.
And hurt yourself.
And really, really hurt yourself.
There were some injuries, right?
We had several on-set injuries, the most notable being, I was not there that day, so it's impossible to blame this on me. Jeremy Renner, who broke both of his arms at the same time. Day 3 of production. We had 40 more days to go with a guy into, now keep in mind, this is a man who's done 100 Avengers movies and been fine. And he does a movie about playing tag. Both arms.
Yeah.
Like firewood, just snapped like a matchstick. And I got back because I had to go to London for the premiere of Baby Driver and then come right back. So I was literally in London for like 4 hours, and then I flew right back, and I got back and I was like, how's it going? And everyone's like, not great. What happened? Well, Renner broke both his arms. I was like, well, okay, I guess.
Did y'all shut down production for a while?
No, he wore green screen casts that were, that we eventually painted out in the edit.
Wow. That's crazy.
He is a hard.
Did you get hurt at all?
Other than sort of my pride when I realized that running around for longer than 30 seconds would feel like I was having a heart attack. That was pretty much the extent of my injuries.
Lucky.
But lucky, no joke.
Yeah.
I didn't do a lot of my stunts. I mean, I was hit in the face by foam rubber chair there, but that didn't hurt that bad.
No, it's foam rubber.
It's foam
fine.
rubber.
Well,
Movie
good,
magic, you guys.
Yeah. Good luck on the rafting trip, because we will be looking out to see if you're okay.
Keep your eyes to
and
the
we will
internet.
be sending our prayers. Hopefully you're going to be okay.